Hey everybody, welcome back to the USARK channel. My name is Garrett Hartle and we are here this week with another species spotlight. And so to do that, I've brought in Evan Wooldridge from Decked Out Geckos. Evan, why don't you tell us about what kind of species you work with?
I specifically breed leopard geckos, the geckos within the genus Eublepharis, so all the localities within that genus, and then obviously the morphs that go along with that.
And in your opinion, why do leopard geckos make the perfect pet for somebody?
Leopard geckos are the beginner pet. You'll see them at any big chain pet store. It's usually people's first reptile if they're getting into a lizard, and specifically with geckos. They're really easy to take care of. They stay at a manageable size, and they're not as flighty as some of your other reptiles that you have in the industry, and they're super easy to take care of them. I tell people all the time, you actually have to put effort in to kill them. They're super great for people who are first getting in, and super great beginner pets.
Why do you personally, what is it about leopard geckos that you love so much?
When I first got into leopard geckos, I think the morphs first captured me. But then as the more that I got into the history of all the morphs, then also geographically where they're in these tiny crevices within northern India, Afghanistan, Iraq. And when you think about these places, you often think about the war and the conditions and the heat that exists in these places, and being able to have a piece of the wild of these desert dwelling animals that survive in these crazy conditions, and to be able to have them in amazing colors, they just captivate you in such an amazing way. And to be able to see the different kinds of leopard geckos in terms of morphs and localities, and being able to mix and match those, I think there's no other animal that has as much versatility as a leopard gecko.
Okay, so as a breeder of these leopard geckos, what's the best part for you, or the best part of your day, or the best part of like selling a gecko to somebody that maybe hasn't had one, or maybe they've had a bunch of them before?
Man, I don't know if you've ever seen these pictures where it's just a leopard gecko staring at someone and it just looks like they're smiling. It's literally the cutest thing that you see, and then you go and you feed them crickets and mealworms and dubia, and then they're like on the hunt. They act like they're a Komodo dragon in the wild. So to be able to have something that's so amazing and so cute when you put it in the hand of a 10-year-old, to just have that smile and that connection to nature and that cuteness that they have, but also to have something that it's kind of like a little dinosaur that you have that has this attitude and this spunk to it. To have something that's both and also really easy to care for, and so many amazing colors. It's so cool to have that as a beginner pet.
So the crazy thing is, there are some people that would love to legally deny anyone's ability to ever experience those things. As a leopard gecko breeder yourself, why is it important that USARK stand up and fight for our rights to do that?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that anybody could see this lizard and be scared of it, and think that, man, this thing could hurt me in some kind of way, shape, or form. You see them in classrooms all over America, all over the world, actually. You see them at your beginner big chain pet stores, like I mentioned before, and to just have something that's such a cornerstone. You'll see them on websites of different ads. Geico, it's not a leopard gecko, but it's a gecko, and people know it as a nationally known brand and recognize that lizard. And it's just so important to have those representations of leopard geckos in such a great way, and it brings so many amazing people into herpetoculture, right? So many biologists that I talk to, so many researchers, their first pet is a leopard gecko, and you're denying that entry point for so many ways, for so many people. There's great cancer research done with leopard geckos that exists in the world, and to have someone not want that to be in your home, you're just denying such a great part of someone that has that connection to nature and has that connection to such an amazing animal. And I just can't imagine life without having leopard geckos, especially for me as a breeder and as a keeper.
Well, thanks, Evan. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
Those of you guys that think Evan and people like Evan should be able to breed leopard geckos and continue to have them in their lives, benefiting children in the next generation, make sure that you support USARK so that we can continue to enjoy these animals for generations to come. Thanks again for coming on.
Of course.
All right, cheers.